Hey y'all, Joe here, Southern Coastal Cooking. Coming at you here is a rainy day here at my work. I had something I wanted to talk to y'all about. Something I was thinking about this morning. I'm having a crawfish boil this weekend, not trying to make this a lesson for people to come to my bowl or anything, but just got me thinking about crawfish boils in general and stuff like that. What I want to talk to y'all about is crawfish boil etiquette, basically. Now, what I mean by that is for some of you maybe have never been to a crawfish boil or get invited to your first crawfish boil this year, and you kind of want to think, what do I need to do? What do I need to bring? Stuff like that, because it's a little bit different than, another kind of cookout. Basically, let's start off by talking about the different types of crawfish boils, okay? You've got your big party, 100 people, 80 people type, your big corporate bowls, stuff like that. And those are a little bit different than maybe your private little backyard bowl, I want to say, one with maybe, 10 to 20 people and, maybe 3, 4 sacks of crawfish or something like that, or just a couple sacks. Um, First off, when you think about a crawfish bowl, you need to remember, crawfish are expensive. For the most part, a sack of crawfish now, runs as far as pound wise, even from about 35 to 40 pounds. And roughly, crawfish in my area are going for about $2.75 a pound. Okay, you break that down, shoot, a old Southern boy or somebody here at the crawfish bowl can eat heck of a lot of crawfish. I mean, you can sit down and eat you 10 pounds easily. So, you got to realize that, a lot of people will do the old chip in crawfish boil or whatever. They'll have a boil. They'll let a few people know about it, especially on the smaller boil scale. And they'll say, hey, everybody throw in $25 a head or something like that, and that's perfectly fine. But a lot of times is that the host themselves is having the boil, and they're just paying for everything. So, for one, they really need a good head count. It's always polite to definitely RSVP to a crawfish boil. If you're going to come, let them know, because they need to know how many crawfish to cook. I had a high school teacher once told me in an English class, he said, as an adult, you'll never go to a party where they have just enough food or drink. What he meant by that is they're always going to have less, or they're always going to have over. And people never want to run out of crawfish, so to speak, where people are still hungry. But they also don't want to have a whole bunch left over. And we'll get to a little something I got to say about that as well. But anyway, so it's very important to RSVP, let somebody know if you're coming. Secondly, don't just bring along a guest, unless they tell you can bring somebody. I would say it's pretty impolite just to bring an extra person, especially somebody who's going to eat, 5, 6, 7, 10 pounds of crawfish, and that's just not fair for everybody else. So keep that in mind, okay? Other things is you'll always like to ask the host if there's anything you can bring. A lot of times a crawfish bowl will be like kind of like a cioppino style, the old Italian style where everybody chips in something, okay? You could bring maybe some sausage that they want to put in the pot, or the corn or potatoes, or, whatever to help, maybe propane, something like that. But now one thing you want to keep in mind, if you do bring something to put in the pot, bring enough for everybody. I've seen people come to crawfish boil time and time again. And in certain situations, it's okay, but it's still, to me, it looks just bad. They'll bring 2 pounds of shrimp. Okay, there's 10 people sitting around eating crawfish, and then they get their little shrimp they put in there, and they pick out the shrimp and eat the shrimp. To me, that's just I don't think that's too classy. There, just bringing something for yourself like that. So try to bring something for everybody if you can. If the hostess said wants you to do that or something. I wouldn't just show up at a crawfish bowl with 6 turkey necks you want to throw in there, or whatever, and then not tell they may. Okay, on the past bringing stuff, let's talk about helping. Okay, a lot of times. The host is very, very busy with, cooking the crawfish, getting the guests, getting everybody seated, plates, and everything like that. So, at the least, I know chopping veggies can be great. Let's say you want to bust the onions in half, the garlic, stuff like that. Just ask the host, is there anything I can do to help? And they'll remember that, helping cut lemons, whatever it is, organize stuff, or just, whatever it may be, purge the crawfish, it depends on your skill level. That's always remembered, always appreciated. Another thing we talk about is, cooking the crawfish themselves. I've been to some bowls to where, I love to cook crawfish, and the host will ask me, can you help me cook the crawfish? But I always be very considerate of that host to where, hey, yes, how would you like me to do this? Or don't, you don't want to be that guy who comes in there and just tries to take over everything. Oh, no, you don't need to put salt in that. You need to do that. That's just rude, What I'm saying, always be very considerate of the host, very considerate of everybody at the party, where they want spicy or crawfish, milder crawfish, or how they want it done because it's their crawfish, okay? So that's another thing. One of the biggest things as far as helping in the crawfish bowl, I can't stress this enough, okay? Now, I was this little kid cleaning the pot. They will always remember who helped to clean the pot at the end. That is the nastiest job of a crawfish bowl and the most dreaded job, okay? Well, that and one other thing, I'll get to that, is helping haul the pot down the curb or wherever you're in an old grassy patch and pouring all that old water out and scrubbing that pot out. I mean, I'm not talking about just filling up with water, soapy water, and leave it. No. I mean, getting there with the Brillos and all that kind of stuff and scrub all that season and everything out that pot and get it clean. If you do that, I just about guarantee you're going to be invited back to the next crawfish boil. That is really helpful, if nothing else, that. And then helping haul the shells off, help them put them in the garbage, stuff like that. You don't have to do this, and look, as a host, don't expect it, okay? What I'm saying is I'm giving folks advice that's never been, who want to help out and stuff like that. It's a great idea. Always help clean up. That's a great thing about the crawfish bowl. And again, if you're going to have extra people, make sure you let the host know ahead of time, okay it with them, stuff like that. Offer to chip in, with whether it's working or chip in some of the food or something like that. That's always good. Now, let's flip it around the host side of being a nice host of a crawfish bowl. You always want to make sure you have enough crawfish for everybody. At least get, I don't even want to get into that really because different people eat different amounts of crawfish. Some people don't eat. I like to make sure everybody at least gets, 5 pounds or something like that, or maybe more, by the way we eat crawfish around here. So, make sure of that, and make sure, like I said, if you don't have size, have plenty where everybody gets to taste of something. Have some area for people to sit in the shade because it can get hot at a crawfish bowl. Plenty of water. All right, always, most crawfish bowls are kind of BYOB, however you want to do that. But as far as a host, I always want to supply at least, a big cooler bottle of water, maybe some soft drinks or something like that. But if nothing else, just water. Plenty of paper towels you want to think about because people need to wipe their hands off. Somewhere when somebody can go wash their hands, use the bathroom, stuff like that. So, that's just being considerate host. But hopefully, if you've never been to a crawfish boil, you can take some of this to heart if you ever go, or if you've never hosted one, you host one. And, I think if you have, please put down in the comment section if you can think of something that I left out, something that you might want to do as a guest or a host at a crawfish boil. And y'all, it's one of our favorite things, traditions down south down here to do is the crawfish boil. We all love it. But, like I said, we all just, I grew up, everybody was just chipping in. We're all, some of the ladies over there chopping the vegetables, onions, what have you, the garlic. You got guys out there hauling the heavy tubs of water around, helping purge the crawfish. It's something everybody can get together as a job for everyone. So anyway, thank y'all so much. God bless. See y'all. Please like my videos, sub my channel. Just wanted to come with y'all real quick this afternoon with the Crawfish Boil Etiquette.